Today you're going to get the story behind this, how it happened, how it went down, and what I went through.
What's going on, Garage Pods? So, a little bit different today, coming from my truck. Trying out a new camera mount too. I'm figuring it out. It's pretty cool, but it's taking me a minute. Today, kind of want to talk to you about something personal, and that's dealing with weight loss and how much you weigh and all that stuff. I said in my intro video that when I'm gonna talk about things, I'm gonna talk about things. There's some things I'm gonna talk about that are life-changing, some things about making money, some things are just gonna be about me. And basically, in 2017, my sister had her aorta, I think distended, or it basically split open and she was bleeding out. Now she had an emergency surgery and saved her life and everything, but in the process she had a spinal stroke and she does not have the use of her lower body anymore. And my sister's not, she's a good person. She's actually never really ate very healthy. Was kind of always overweight. And at that point, I was kind of in a weird spot in my life. I was very comfortable in what I was doing. I was at a working at a different school that I work at now. You were pretty much left alone. You could just teach, and there was no one there pushing you to be better. There was no drive, so to speak, if that makes sense. And so I kind of got comfortable. I got comfortable, getting 2 coffees every day, drinking a Monster here and there if I was, wanting to, whatever, eating anything I want. And I think it was like the beginning of August, I weighed like 310 pounds or something like that. Like, I weighed a lot, and it's the most I'd ever weighed before, and I felt like shit, like absolutely crap. And I felt like crap, and I was like stretching out my shirts so I could fit into them. None of my pants fit. I just wore shorts all the time. I just didn't feel good. And so I think at that time there was an Instagram challenge going on to like work out for 100 days straight. And I literally live half a mile from my gym. Like, I can go anytime I want. It's 2 minutes down the road. Get there, get in, get out. It's a 24-hour fitness. And at that point, COVID wasn't even a thought then. So basically, excuse me. So I started working out. I think I got to day 60, and I hadn't weighed in, and I was eating okay. I wasn't eating like horrible. I was not getting 2 coffees anymore. I was not drinking any Monsters or Red Bulls or anything like that. No energy drinks. And I got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm gonna weigh myself. It's been like 60 days. I think it was like 55 days or something, but I weighed myself and I had lost like 2 pounds. I was kind of devastated. I was like, dude, I just worked out for 2 months straight. And this was kind of over the summer, starting into the new year. And I was pissed. I was like, something's got to change. So, I had seen this thing on the radio, or seen it on the radio. No, I've seen this thing on, maybe I heard it on the radio, but I had seen it pop up with some ads and stuff, and it was one of those 6-week weight loss challenges, or get your money back, or what have you. And I didn't really know anything about it. There was a person that I knew on Facebook who is going through one right now, so I hit them up, you know, as a friend from high school, I said, hey, you know, what's the deal with this? He said, oh, it's cool. You know, I'm halfway through. I've lost about 12 pounds. I was like, oh, how's the workouts? He said, you know, they're cool. Everything works, right? He's like, everything's pretty legit. The people are good. Learn a lot about nutrition. So I was like, you know what? Talked to my wife. I was like, screw it. I'm doing it. So I go to there to sign up. The dude's like trying to sell me on it. And I'm like, hey man, just tell me the brass tacks. Just tell me what's going on here. And he's like, basically like, you know, right now we have a special. So I paid like $400, right? So I paid $400 for 6 weeks. There's accountability. I have to have so many weigh-ins in the 6 weeks. I think it was 25 or 30, I'm not sure. And the way they count them is basically you check in on Facebook. And when you sign in when you get there. So at the end, you'll show them your check-ins on Facebook. So you have to say, hey, I'm checking into this gym on Facebook, right? And so it wasn't hard or anything. The workouts weren't hard. So I started in, I think, late September. And what was cool was I paid before, so I could actually go work out before I started the challenge. And so I'd worked out for like a week, and I was like, okay, I was sore. I was so sore. And the workouts weren't hard. You know, I mean, it was on a rotation. You'd have like 4 stations, and you'd work out, quick break, workout, quick break, workout, quick break. Maybe an activity at the beginning. There was a stretching activity, stretching at the end, maybe an ending activity. I mean, it's just a normal kind of group kind of workout. Which is later on, it's the only problem I had with it was groups, and it just kind of, you know, sometimes you had to rely on other people. Ugh, it was awful to rely on another person when you're working out. So anyways, I basically started the workout. You know, they take you to this other gym. It's a bigger gym, and they do like introduction. And it was kind of lame. I don't know. You weigh in, they take all your body measurements, you listen to their spiel, they tell you about all the food and everything, and they give you some pamphlets, and of course at the end they want you to buy all of their supplements, right? I was like, okay, I didn't buy their supplements. I'm pretty knowledgeable about supplements. Like, as they were sitting there telling me what to order, I was ordering some things on Amazon. You know, like BCAAs or branched chain amino acids, right, to help you like recover during a workout. Way cheaper on Amazon. And the company I was getting them from actually made them for their company too. So, I mean, things like that. It wasn't hard. The 1-a-day vitamins, you can just get 1-a-day men's vitamins, 1-a-day women's, whatever. So all that stuff I kind of found online. Protein powder took me a little bit. I ended up getting a Costco protein powder. It's called Combat. Very, very similar. It had like I think like a half a gram sugar more or something like that, which to me wasn't a big deal because during that time I had planned on my lunch break at work just, you know, walking around the school real quick, which is about a mile. So for me, that half a gram really wasn't that big of a deal. If it was like 10 grams or something, it might have been a big deal, but it wasn't. So I ended up starting the program. In my first week, I lost like 3 pounds. I was like, holy crap, right? And then I averaged about 2 to 3 pounds every week after that. So came time for the weigh-in at 6 weeks, and I lost 23 pounds. And I was excited. I was like, oh my God, it's so awesome. Usually during the fall, I coach my son in baseball. He didn't want to play baseball in the fall for some reason. I didn't push him this time. I wasn't really pushing him to play baseball in the fall. And where he would have had to play, there was like 15 kids on the team, and it just didn't look worth it. So I just kind of got to watch him, which freed up time for me to go to the gym. So I kept going to the gym, and this was like, so that was I want to say that was right at the beginning of November, or no, the end of October when I weighed in. So I started a new challenge, because if you don't get to your body fat percentage, you don't earn your money back. You can just roll over into a new challenge, and that's how they get you. So I figured, hey, if I can get 2 challenges out of these people and lose $40 for paying $400, basically I'm paying $100 to lose 10 pounds. That's awesome. I would do that in a heartbeat. Better than $10,000 for surgery. But I started the next challenge. It was a little bit harder. I had over the November break for school, I had a conference I went to, which was in Las Vegas. That was super hard. So when I was there, I just worked out, normal. I went to the little hotel gym and worked out really hard. And I just tried to eat as best as I could. I did drink a little bit, which is a big no-no. But, you're in Vegas. What are you going to do? So I got back from Vegas, kept working out. I think it was January was the next weigh-in. I want to say it's January. I don't know. Actually, no. It was right before Christmas. It was right before Christmas was the next weigh-in. And I lost 20.3 pounds. And again, I was pumped. I had lost almost 44 pounds. It was 43 and a half pounds. I was pumped, right? I was so jacked. I was down to like 260, right? 260 something or I don't know. I was maybe even lower, maybe like 258 or something. I was down because I lost a little bit of weight before. So I was right on 260, right below it. So again, the time comes up. You got to roll into the next challenge because I didn't make my body. I was way past my body percentage, fat percentage. So I get back in and I go really hard this time. And we had planned a trip to Disneyland on Christmas. Like we were going to be there the day of Christmas, and I was on a challenge. So it was really, really hard. I tried really, really hard. I did really, really well. It probably didn't help me. It probably hurt me more than anything. But those next 5 weeks after that, I ate at a super unhealthy level. I was eating the bare minimum I needed to eat. I was working out really hard. Sometimes I was going 2 times a day. The last time I weighed out, I lost 20.1 or 20.2 pounds. And it was probably the most unhealthy 20 pounds I'm ever going to lose in my life. It was completely unhealthy. I think going into the last week, I needed to lose 8 pounds. And I lost 8 pounds in 1 week. So when it came time to renew, I was like, hey, I just want to go into a gym membership. So I rolled my $400 over into just a gym membership. And that gym, it's like $120 a month or something. It's not, I mean, for that type of gym, it's about normal. So I go to kickboxing now, which I'm about to go to right now, which is about $100 a month. I love it. But anyways, so I gained about 25 pounds back, like instantly. Like it just came back. Like that last weight I lost was unhealthy. So over the next 2 years, I gained a lot of weight back, and I gained about 40 pounds back. And then the gym I was going to, like I still worked out, but it was kind of out of the way. It was in the next town over, kind of out of the way. I was kind of tired of going in there. I didn't want to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and then go work all day. I just wasn't working for me. I was kind of looking for a new place, and they wanted me to re-up for another year. And I said, nope, I'm good. I'm not going to re-up. And this is in 2019. So I'd kind of been going there for about 2 years. About a year, a little over a year in a few months. So 2019, February, I decided, yeah, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to cancel you guys. So I just started going to my regular gym. I started working out really hard. I started losing weight really slowly. I was losing like a half a pound a week. And, talking to my wife who's a nurse, it's fairly normal. That's good. It's good. I was eating pretty good. But again, I was up to like 285 and I felt gross still. So, and I kept doing that and I kept going up and down, up and down, up and down. I got down to like 269, 268, back up to 280. It just sucked. I knew I needed a plan again. I just didn't know what I needed to do. So fast forward to March of this year, COVID hits. Everything shuts down, gyms, everything, right? So I'm like, what do I do? So I tried to buy some exercise equipment for my son because he wants to weight lift at home, and exercise equipment is through the roof. Weights are ridiculously expensive. Weights used to be like 10 cents a pound, and now right now still they're like $1.50, sometimes $2 a pound just to buy regular free weights. It's crazy expensive. So in May of this year, I had always driven by this gym kind of by my house. It's a 9 rounds, which is like kickboxing. And it's not far from me. It's like a 3-minute drive, maybe 4-minute drive. I still have my 24-hour gym membership. I'll never get rid of that. My wife and I pay $98 for both of us to go to any 24-hour in the United States every year. That's all we pay is $98. It works out to like $5 a month for each of us. We'll never get rid of that deal. Once we cancel that deal, it's gone. It's never going to happen again. So we'll never get rid of that. And it's nice because sometimes at night I can't sleep, and at 10 o'clock I'll get up, I'll go to the gym, I'll run a couple miles, and I'll just come home, take a shower, and go to bed. And it's awesome. So anyways, I do kickboxing now at 9 rounds. I've been doing it since May, and slowly losing. Again, I eat really good. I took some things that I learned from the other gym, and I eat really good. I've cut out a lot of crap. But COVID, man, just hit me hard where I just didn't, it's depression. I don't know. It just hit me hard. So, I've been working out there since the end of May, and I kind of just wanted to just keep balance. I used it to come punch the bag. I was upset. I hate distance learning. But just to come punch the bags and keep in shape and try to maybe lose a little bit of weight. But these last like month or so, I've kind of just been back in this groove of I want to really, really shed these pounds. I'm over it. I'm over being this big. So started working out really hard, lost about 10 pounds over the last month, which is a lot. Actually, over the last 2 months, it's a lot, but it's kind of normal. And that's where I'm at right now. I go out, work out to called the 30-minute, it's right there, I think 30-minute kickboxing fitness. Oops, sorry. My trainers are really good. One dude's like an MMA guy. It's like an ex guy who was in the Army, and his thing was like hand-to-hand combat. And there's a couple younger people in there, pretty awesome. It's cool to talk to them, about their life and stuff, and they ask questions about college and stuff. It's pretty cool, and the owner's cool. So been going there since the end of May. So it was at June, July, August, September, October. So about 6 months, 7 months. And, it's time to go big. It's time to go big. I'm going to check in every once in a while on this, on the Garage Pod and throw up my weight. Right now I think I'm at 291 or something, 290. I was back to like 300 or something. I think I'm at 290. I might be less. But the goal is at the end of February to be in the 270s. And then at the end of the April to be in the 260s. So every 2 months, hopefully lose 10 pounds. That's the goal. Can I do it? I think I can. And then I'll have some, maybe some stuff I'll go through of what I eat and what I do. But other than that, I'll check in with you on this. Ooh, so I just left the gym. I wanted to add a couple things to what I was saying earlier. I am in no way a fitness or health expert. I'll be more than glad to show you all a video later of kind of my daily meal and maybe what I eat right now to lose weight, and a little bit more of maybe what I'm doing for exercise. But I guess my main goal with getting this out there was I do have a goal. My goal is by summer to lose 60 pounds. Is it possible? I don't know. If I lost 40 and I was doing it really healthy, I'd be totally happy. But I'm trying to set a little bit loftier goal just because I'm doing it kind of in a different way this time. So I'm glad to see, I'm excited to see how this all works out. I do want to say this though. If you're kind of stuck in a rut and you want to lose a little bit of weight, or you just want to feel a little bit better about yourself, or whatever it is, my absolute biggest advice to you is to pick one thing a day to do. Whether it's Hey, I take a walk with my significant other around the neighborhood. Or heck, if you can't walk around the neighborhood, if you can walk around the block, you know, but do it every single day. Every single day, do it. Stick to it and do it. Okay? If your goal is to cut out soda, you know, stick to it. Cut out soda. I gave up soda like 3 years ago. And quite frankly, I have a soda every once in a while if I go to a restaurant or something. But quite frankly, that's the greatest thing I ever did. I drink a lot of those sparkling waters now, the flavored waters. And it took me like a month to get used to them. But again, I stuck with it. Better than drinking soda. Greatest thing I ever did. But stick to it. You know, if your goal is to go to the gym 4 times a week, make damn sure you go 4 times a week. Get there 4 times a week. And if you missed a day and you've only got 1 day left in the week, you know, and you've only gone 2 days and you've got 1 day left in the week, go twice that day. Make up for it. You know, you want to make sure that you have, you know, your plan is set and you're following it. That's the biggest thing, is follow through. And if it's one thing that I can push into anybody's brain, including students and everything, is follow through with what you're doing. Follow through. Don't give up. I don't know. You know, I'm a little more methodical about losing weight now, since I lost like 60 something pounds and gained a lot of it back. I kind of understand how it can ebb and flow and go up and down. And, you know, there were weeks where I lost 1 pound. I lost 1 pound, and the next week I lost 4.5 pounds. You know, and for women, if you're a woman out there and you're watching this, women's bodies are much different, obviously. You retain water more. You know, menstrual cycle has a lot to do with it. So it's always weird when I drive by a cop and I'm not doing anything wrong, but it looks like I'm talking on the phone. But yeah, you know, menstrual cycles play hell on weight loss. And, you know, your set of vitamins are going to be different than a man's. So, you know, whatever you're in, the biggest plan is stick to it, you know. I had a friend who was about 6 years ago at the old school I worked at. It wasn't really a friend, it was a parent. We just happened to be friends because we like the same sports teams. And she said, hey, I'm gonna start walking, you know. And I was walking around the school playground during my break. I just walked. It was about a mile. I just walked 1 time every day just to get a good mile in, you know, and I made sure I did it every day. So she was a yard dude, and she said, hey, I saw you walking. She's like, I'm gonna start walking. So she started walking with me, and it was cool. And then after about a month, she's like, hey, I'm not gonna be yard duty. I got my full-time job back, but I want you to know I'm gonna keep walking. So to this day, the street that I take to take my children to baseball, whenever we have baseball, I still see her walking every single day. And it's kind of cool that she's just stuck to it. So I think my biggest advice is just to stay with it, you know. And if it's just, I'm gonna walk around the neighborhood, I'm gonna take a walk every single day, go take a walk. You don't have to go do a 20-mile hike. You don't have to go, you know, do a 20-mile bike ride. That's awesome, but you don't have to. So, you know, just make sure that you stay on it, period. Stay on it and just stick with it. And I just kind of want to throw this in there, you know, again, because I think it was a big part of what, you know, I was talking about earlier. But it's a huge thing. There were many days when I first started the weight loss journey, I totally wanted to quit. First week I wanted to quit. I was like, oh, this is awful. And by about week 2, I got over it. By about week 3, I was into it. By about week 4, I was like, yeah, I'm going today. You know, I was working out 7 days a week sometimes. So not now. Now I work out 5 to 6 days a week. But stick with it. That's my biggest advice. And again, I just want to explain this on the end of that video for all of you. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe, smash, do whatever you need to do. And thanks for coming along with me on this journey. I'm out, Garage Pod.